Talk a little bit about what it means to have a vision, have a goal, have an objective that we are striving to persevere toward while encountering negative people in our life who wish to divert us from our path to success. Now, when it comes to pursuing greatness, we need to acknowledge the fact that we will encounter naysayers in life. Now, these naysayers will come in two different forms. The first form actually have somewhat noble intentions. They're often our family members, our close friends, perhaps they're a parent. They will give you every reason as to why you should not pursue what you're pursuing, and they will tell you that it's much more lucrative and promising to pursue a typical 9 to 5 job where you're working 40 to 50 hours a week. It's much more realistic, they'll say. What you want to pursue is completely out of the question. Your head's in the clouds. People might even say you're crazy, you're insane. That's not possible. They will say that. They will tell you that it is not possible to follow through with your aspirations. But this is only because they are burdened by their own limiting belief systems that they have built up within the realms of their own mind through their own environmental exposures throughout life. These are their own limiting belief systems that they adhere to in life. What you should never do is allow their reality to become your reality, because study after study has shown that the more we're surrounded by negative influences or influences who have these limited belief systems, the more likely we are at developing the same very limited belief systems that they have. We need to eliminate them from our lives, regardless. The other group of people are people who are actually very insecure and will actually use guilt to divert you from your path. That's right. They'll try to guilt you into doing something that's completely irrelevant to what you have your vision set on. Say, for example, you want to achieve a physical personal record. They'll tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that because there's people in the world who are physically handicapped who will have their feelings hurt if you go out and pursue this. There's people in the world who don't have the same opportunity as you do. It wouldn't be very fair to put yourself up on this pedestal and boast your ego because the people out there who might not have the same opportunities in life as you do, that's not right. What they're doing is they're using guilt as a tactic to pull you away from your purpose and your vision, to get you on the path of mediocrity. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to instill guilt on you to pull you away from what it is that you want to do. They could be very insecure in their own shortcomings. They could be very insecure in their own inadequacies in life. And the fact that you're doing something to pursue greatness within yourself might slap them in the face with reality and make them acknowledge the fact that they're not doing anything worthwhile in their life. It might then make them realize this. And that's not a very comforting feeling. Now, there's two things people can do when they're feeling inadequate in life when they're exposed to somebody who's actually doing something with a purpose. One, you can look at this person as inspiration and say, wow, I'm really inspired by this person's motivation, their desire to pursue greatness in life. I think I need to make a change. I need to commit to greatness and push myself forward and stop being so damn complacent. That's what I need to do. Thank you for living by example. Or they can say, oh, no, what he's doing, he's crazy. It's wrong. And give themselves every reason in the book as to why they can't do it. And then they'll point the finger at you and tell you that you're an asshole for pursuing greatness in life and how you hurt their feelings. Again, this is another technique where they will try to use guilt against you. Eliminate these people from their lives. You know how many great people who have ever aspired anything worthwhile were influenced by the negative people in their lives? None of them. That's because they were able to look beyond the negativity and have a clear vision of what it was that they want to pursue. Do you think Michael Jordan gave two shits or a rat's ass how many people told him he would never cut it in the NBA? He failed time after time. He failed his way to success. The same thing applies to anything great. Do you think Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man to climb Mount Everest, was discouraged by people telling him that he was insane for striving to climb the world's highest mountain? The people who told him time and time again that he would die up there, he would run out of oxygen, or this, that, and the other. I mean, you think he gave a shit about that? No, he didn't. He went out there and he achieved greatness. He did the impossible. Roger Bannister, the first man to ever run a mile in less than 4 minutes, it was considered scientifically and medically impossible. Impossible was the word used to describe running a mile under 4 minutes. Do you think those limiting beliefs became his reality? No. He went out there, he broke the 4-minute mile. He did it, and from there on, he set the standards for many other people to come on and break his record. This is the exact definition of having a clear vision in life and following through regardless of what anybody else says or regardless of how anybody else wants to guilt you out of not doing it. People will tell you how you're hurting their feelings. People will tell you how they're offended. People will tell you how they're insulted. These are just reasons that they use to give themselves so they don't have to take action in their own life. Because to them, taking action is much harder than it is to make an excuse to not take action. So they hide behind their excuses and they use them as a reason to justify themselves, to not feel sorry for themselves. Again, do not let them guilt you. That is the most important thing you can do in your life. Do not let guilt pull you away from your passion. Go out there and achieve greatness. Show the world and show yourself what you're capable of doing.